don't know your history, and you're being taught what they want to teach you, you assume that you've been programmed.
Right.
So you don't know any better.
Right. Who sent the white man against us? He said what? Oh, you don't want me to be your God. Oh, okay, all right, cool. I'm going to create them and I'm going to make them your God now. I'm going to make the Arabs your God now. I'm going to make everybody else your God. Go ahead. You don't want to serve me? Cool. Wow. That's how God works. You gotta understand, it's very important for the black man, Hispanic man to know who they are in these last days. That's how important it is, because you don't realize you are a prince, but you're literally serving your subjects. That's what you're doing right now. You're serving the white man in everything. You gotta depend on him for food, water, drink, job, everything. You're depending on people who are supposed to be underneath you.
Right.
That's how. That's what happened. Watch this.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4.
Read.
And thou, even thyself,
Even yourself, even my brother right here, read.
shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
God said he gave us a heritage. He gave us a heritage. African American was never a damn heritage. The white man gave us that. The white man gave us black. The white man gave us those stupid last names we got. Williams, Jones, Smith, all that nonsense. That's all British last name, Caucasian last names. Or our so-called Hispanic brothers. Right, exactly. Ramirez, what else? Perez, Lopez, all that. Martinez, all that. That's more Spanish Caucasian last names. They gave me Pierre, Rene, all this French Caucasian last names. We're all, as you can see, we all are suffering from the same enemy. But God said what? Read it again.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So that's how you know that we are the chosen people of God, because we're the ones that are lost. We discontinue from our heritage. Intentionally been discontinued. Read.
And I will cause thee.
And because we broke God's laws, he will cause us to do what?
To serve thine enemies.
As a result of that, we would have to serve our enemies. Read.
In the land which thou knowest not.
You see how the Bible's very, very particular? In the land which we do not know, read.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
So guess what? That's how we know we are the children, because why? We're the ones serving our enemies. Does a friend do this to a friend? No. That's how you know who the enemies is he's talking about. They cut us off, and then next thing you know, now they're telling you in Israel right now, when you hear the word Jew, what comes to your mind? When you hear the word Jew? Yes. What comes to your mind?
I don't know. I always kind of think about the boys that wear the dress like Run DMC.
So like Run DMC, right? Right.
That's the ones that I see, man.
Yeah.
But I do know there's a difference. Like, Judaism is all different styles. You have that Orthodox Jew, and then you have, I'm not sure.
Right. But no, but you have it.
I got a cousin he wears this thing around his head. He was Muslim, but now he's Israelite.
Oh, okay.
He wears like this thing around his head, but it's really deep when you're black. Everything. You know what I'm saying? He tell me, man, I gotta get with you, man. You want to teach you some of this wisdom? And I'm like, all right, bro. I got you. I'm like, yeah.
No, that's how it is. It's just like when we first find this out, we got the zeal. We got a lot of zeal.
Because it's programming.
Right.
We've come through a lifetime being taught the wrong things.
Yes.
Or being told that this is your history.
Right.
And it's not.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know your history and you're being taught what they want to teach you, you assume and you've been programmed.
Right.
So you don't know any better.
Right. It's just like Malcolm X said, you do not let a fool lets his enemies teach his children.
That's what slavery was.
Yes.
And that's what they forced upon us. They both opened Bibles and read the slaves and
Yes.
told them that slavery is okay.
Yes.
the God wants you to serve your master.
Right.
How would a black preacher sent by the white man tell you it's okay for you to get whipped and beaten and your women raped?
Right.
And that's okay.
Right, and you're going to get your kingdom in heaven when you die. That's it. That's what they were telling. Remember, did you ever watch was that The Birth of a Nation?
Yeah.
By Nat Turner. I say, what? That's what happened.
Right.
Nat Turner. But Nat Turner, what did he say in that movie?
Bring it out.
Exodus 21:16. What did he say in that movie? Exactly. When he started finding out, when he was able to read on his own.
Oh, yeah.
What did he start finding out about that
They
Bible?
didn't want us to learn how to read, period.
Exactly.
They told them,
Yes.
do not teach these people how to read.
Right.
But if you do, they will for sure take over. Slavery was based on fear and ignorance.
Right. There you
We
go.
were too scared, even though we outnumbered most of the slave masters.
Right.
Nat Turner was the only one that actually think logical and said, there's more of us than it is them. A couple of us might get taken down, but we can overtake these dudes.
But what was he inspired by? I was about to say, that's the point. So, like you just said, and what you said is historically correct. It's just historically accurate. They tried to use the Bible and manipulate it and say, yes, slaves, that's all you have to do. Obey your masters in the Lord.
Yeah.
Obey. All right. Hey, let me read. Nope, close it. No, you ain't close it. Go ahead, try to read, nigga. Oh.
That's it.
But guess what? Nat Turner read. And what did he read? Watch this. Exodus 21.
Exodus chapter 21 verse 16.
Watch, what did Nat Turner read?
And he that stealeth a man
He that steals a man, read.
and selleth him,
Did they not steal and sell us?
Yes.
Okay, what's going to happen to that man?
or if he be found in his hand,
And that the master of that man be found, and the people that are found by the master of those people in that man's hand, read.
he shall surely be put to death.
What's going to happen to them?
He shall surely be put to death.
They did not want you to know that. That's why they would not read that scripture. Nat Turner, when they were whooping him, remember, I mean, they started getting after him like, oh, what are you doing? He quoted that right to the master's face, and then they slapped him. Because they know that this Bible implicates them. It puts them in guilt. Everything that they did, the Bible promises revenge. Revelation 13:9. Watch what the God says. That's how we know we serve a just God. Everything that you've seen that we're going through right now, even in captivity, watch what God says is going to happen to those people who are inflicting those punishments on us. Read.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9.
Read.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
We all have ears, but guess what? We got to pay attention and listen. If you have ears, let them hear this. Read.
He that leadeth into captivity.
He that does what?
He that leadeth into captivity
He that led another people into captivity
shall go into captivity.
Damn. They know what's coming. That's why they couldn't have you read. If you read this in the Bible, they're going to be like, oh, no, wait a minute. We led them into captivity. That's the white man, his thoughts is deep. In Psalm 64, it says his thoughts are very deep. So guess what? He already understood. Soon as he started seeing us wake up, yo, we're the Israelites. We're God's chosen people. This Bible is talking about us. Jesus Christ is a black man. God is black. The angels are black. Everybody in this book is black. Wait a minute. Hold on. Now they're like, oh shoot. If they wake up now, they're going to realize that, yeah, we put them in slavery. So them as God's chosen people, that's going to be a problem for us. Because just now, this prophecy that you just heard is going to happen. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. Read.
He that killeth with the sword.
Because he was killing with the sword. That's how did he get this land? How did he get Australia? How did he get Africa? A lot of places in Africa. How did he get Europe? By the sword.
Right.
By the sword. He that killeth with the sword, what must happen to him?
Must be killed with the sword.
That's God's commandment. That's justice. So guess what? That Derek Chauvin kneeling on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, he's going to have that happen to him more than double. It's coming to him.
That's that old live by the sword, die
by the sword. Guess what? That's justice right there. Guess what? That's why we have to be what? We got to come back to this Bible and realize we must keep God's commandments. Because why did we go into slavery? Why did we go into slavery?
I thought we were sold into slavery. But at hands of guess white tyranny.
It wasn't just them. It wasn't just the whites. Because trust me, we always
I also hear some tales of us being involved with it as well. But I'm not too sure about that. But I never really believed that you will come over to somebody else's yard. So just take what you want to take. You can't just, because it's like my mom used to always say, you know, never go fight nobody at somebody else's house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not coming over to the whole country and just take what you want to take at will.
I was about to say, well, yeah, we fought.
Yeah.
We fought. They didn't just, we didn't just see them come on the ships and just be like, oh, take us.
I want to go, let me go.
Nah, we fought. But guess what? We were disconnected from our God already by that point. That's why we lost. So think about it, like you watch Roots, right? What were the slaves, like what was their religion? What were they following at that time?
I thought at the time, I thought most of them Islam.
Yes. Yes.
So
they were Muslim.
And then Christianity was forced upon them.
Right. There you go.
Also with names, like yo, what's your name? Well, totally enough.
Yes.
That wasn't their name. They started beating you in submission.
But guess what? Why were they in Islam? That will be the next question to ask. Because Islam came 600 years after the Bible. So we got a problem. Why were they so-called Africans at that point when they were in Africa? Why were they coming over with Islam? Think about it. Have you ever heard of the trans-Saharan or sub-Saharan slave trade? The sub-Saharan slave trade is how we became Muslims. Just like here in America, how we became Christians. It's the exact same thing, except that it wasn't the white man that did it that time. It was the Arabs, and it continues to this day. They're still doing it to us now in Africa. In more.
You know what I hear? There's a lot of hatred, even in this, with blacks
Yes.
who are even Muslim, and they're looking down on you. And you go into some of these masjids and things like that, and they look down at you. This, and you're still coming to worship. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's crazy.
I was about to say, the main thing is though, that religion was made by the Arabs for the Arabs.
Right.
That's what Muhammad was. He was an Arab.
That's why when they require you to learn, you gotta learn how to speak.
Yes, exactly. There you go. It's clicking.
They told you you can't even pray unless you know how to speak.
Exactly. Right. And then the other thing they tell you to do, you must do also, where's it at? The man-made sun. Is that it? This one. It's over there. Is that it? What else do they tell you to do? What is this? Look at all these people.
What's that, a center? Like a gathering ground?
But right, they're gathering around this.
It's like almost idolization.
It is idolization. He saw it.
That's right.
Damn, yo, brother, you on point, man. You in the spirit. That is an idol that they're worshiping. In Islam, they tell you must do a Hajj. You must go to Saudi Arabia and Mecca, and you must bow down and kiss the stone. That's called the Kaaba stone. So you see how all of these have the same type of elements. White men, Christianity, Arabs taught us this. In other words, these, you can tell these have nothing to do with the Bible. It has nothing to do with us as a people. It's not our heritage. We've been cut off from our real heritage.
Right.
Our real black God. None of them teach that. None of them teach what's actually in the Bible. And that's why we had to know that we are the people of the book. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Just so now you understand why is it that what happened to us. Verse 15 first. You're good. Verse 15 first. Watch what happened.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15.
Read.
But it shall come to pass,
Uh-huh.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Actually, start at verse 1 real quick. I apologize. Start at verse 1 real quick.
Verse 1.
Listen good.
It shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently
If you listen diligently,
unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
the voice of the Lord God is this Bible. Read. Watch this.
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
That's how you know it's the Bible, because the voice of the Lord is his commandments. Where we find his commandments? In the Bible. Read.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth.
You see how he did us? He's telling you, yo, there's no such thing as equality. You, my brother, can be above all people, all the other people I created. You can be above them if you do what? If you do what he says. Listen to the commandments. There you go. All right? So that's how we know those people ain't teaching us correctly. They're trying to tell you, oh, well, you should want to be equal with us. Hell no. God said, I'm going to put you above if you just keep these commandments. But here's the opposite. Verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now, if you do not listen to what I'm telling you, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
Then all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Blessings if you listen, curses if you do not. What's going to happen to us? Verse 43.
Bring it out. Verse 43. Verse 43.
Watch this.
The stranger that is within thee.
So guess what? When we came out of Egypt, God freed us from slavery, because that was us in Africa, serving them 400 years of that hot African sun. That's how you know who the real Jews are. Those people ain't serving. Those people in Israel right now ain't serving no 400 years of that African sun. Right now, they have the second highest rates of skin cancer in the world. That's how you know they're not the chosen people of God.
Right.
Why would the Creator make the sun and have that sun damage them? Damage his chosen people? That doesn't make any sense. No, his people are going to benefit from that sun. That will be us.
Right.
Read on, watch this.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So those strangers, the white man, the Arabs, the Chinese, the real Africans, they would rise up above us. Read.
And thou shalt come down very low.
We would go down very low. Why do you think we're in the ghettos and slums? Everywhere you go in the world. Why is it us? We're the majority of the homeless. We're the majority in prison.
Right.
We're the majority in these stupid Christian churches, still learning lies.
Right.
We're the ones on the bottom being told, hey, obey your master. You're good. Vote, vote, vote. You must vote. Why are you not voting?
It don't make no difference anyway.
Exactly.
It's all a scam anyway.
Exactly. That's the point. But they keep preaching to us what? False hope.
That is right.
White Jesus.
It's idolization.
Exactly. They force their false gods on us. Even Allah and all that. Same thing. Forcing their gods on us. So they will get us above us very high. So now, if they're very high in status in society, what are they going to teach you? They're going to teach you their ways. They're not going to teach you the right way. Hell no. Right, because if you learn the truth, guess what? The verse 1 just told you. God would set you on high above all people.
Right.
They know that about the Bible.
Right.
And they're like, we're not teaching them that. Hell no. Deuteronomy 28, we're not teaching you that. They're not teaching you that Jesus Christ is black. Hell. Oh no. The greatest man to walk the face of the earth look like them? Nah. No. I'm not letting them know that.
But the description is right there if you read it.
It is.
It's right there if you read it. But yet for years, people had picture of a white Jesus in their home.
You'll be amazed how many times we still have to read that scripture to our people today. Because they still don't know.
It gives a description of a man whose skin was the color of bronze, whose hair was of the wool. That's not no white man.
But because your spirit was able to receive it. John 14 says they cannot receive the spirit of the
Every
truth.
movie they ever had somebody depict and play Jesus.
It's always that guy.
No.
It's always that guy in their movies. But watch that. That's why verse 43, read it again. Watch this.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. And thou shalt come down very low.
Watch this.
He shall lend to thee.
He will have the institutions, the banks and banking institutions to be able to lend to you. Like the IMF. He'll be running the IMF. He'll be running the World Bank, the central bank. He's the one that goes into other countries and tell you, yo, your currency, no, it's worth this much. Your currency, no, it's worth that much. The dollar is the best. Yeah. He's going to be the one that have people to do that.
Countries, you see the value is dropping.
Of course.
It's dropping
now,
bad.
Well, that's because Isaiah 14 prophesied about that. But watch this. Read on.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
You won't have the power to lend to him. You see us now, Killer Mike, I don't know if you know him, he's a rapper. He's trying to, start his little banks and whatnot. A couple other people, they're trying, but guess what? They're not going to become Wells Fargo.
No.
They're not going to become Chase. Read on.
he shall be the head,
He will be the head.
and thou shalt be the tail.
You would become the tail. What's the tail by? What part of the body is the tail by?
Rear.
The rear. The butt. What comes out of there? That's what we get.
Yeah.
We get poop. He would be the head. You would be the tail. That's all Esau. Esau is his real name. The white man. That's all he would give you is crap.
Yep.
That's why he's telling you to vote. That's why he's telling you, hey, I'm giving you your Christian churches. Just pick any one of them and you're good. John 3:16, God so loved the world. He loved everybody. He loves us all, brother. No matter what. Guess what? Nah, all of it has been lies. He's giving you and feeding you crap, more poop and more poop. That's all he's giving you. Read.
Right. Moreover,
Verse 48.
48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine
I
enemies.
know you just heard it earlier in Jeremiah 17. He said, because we break God's laws, we would serve who?
Thine enemies,
Read.
which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who sent the enemies against us?
Which?
Hold on. Who sent the enemies against us? No. Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Who sent the white man against us? God did. God did. Ain't that what they say? Guess what? God did. He sent them against us. Why? Because we disobeyed him.
That's a punishment.
He said what? Oh, you don't want me to be your God. Oh, okay, all right, cool. I'm going to create them and I'm going to make them your God now. I'm going to make the Arabs your God now. I'm going to make everybody else your God. Go ahead. You don't want to serve me? Cool.
Wow.
That's how God works. He's our Father. That's what a father does to his sons.
That's it.
You don't want to listen to me? I'm punishing
You gotta
you.
learn. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way.
Exactly. There you go.
We tell our kids. I'm trying to tell you, but you don't want to listen.
Yes.
You have to learn the hard way.
There
Either
you
way,
go.
you gonna find out.
F-A-F-O. F around and find out. Watch this. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine
Watch it,
enemies,
my brother. Listen.
which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger.
So now, in hunger, you gotta serve your enemies. Do we own Wawa? Do we own Fresh Grocery? We don't own ShopRite. We don't own none of these things. You are serving your enemies in hunger. The Bible's a true book. It's only talking about the Israelites. Read.
And in thirst.
In thirst. The water that we have. Aquafina, Poland Spring. Guess what? Don't pay your water bill. What's gonna happen? Damn. But is it a black man that's cutting that off? Oh, shoot. Wait a
Well, it
minute.
depends. Sometimes they be the ones knocking and sticking the joint in.
Nah,
They
but
under
who sent
the
them?
command of the
Who
white
sent them? Who are they working for? I'm about to say, water falls freely from the sky.
You know what? That's it. It's a natural resource.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to pay for something that falls from the earth.
But guess what? God said you don't want to keep my commandments. So guess what? I'm gonna make him reign over you. And now he's making you pay for water that is actually yours. Read, watch this. That's how crazy it is. We gotta listen. We gotta listen. Hold on, before you leave, I just want you to hear this. My brother, you gotta listen. Watch this. Read.
And in nakedness.
Even the clothing that you have, it wasn't made by black. It doesn't say that. It's made by China, Taiwan, all them people. Read.
And in what of all
And
things?
that's why you were talking about, how they push on the white Jesus on us. We gotta rely on them for religion now. We gotta rely on them for everything. Read. And how will we know we're the Israelites? Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He will do what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
If you Google yoke of iron, here it is right here. Give me that. Here. Yoke of iron. If you Google that right now, what picture do you think would come up?
I've never even heard of it. But damn.
The
that's
Bible,
what that is right there?
the Bible's telling you. What would he do?
And he
So
shall,
in case we don't know, in case we still don't know who the enemy is that God's talking about, read on.
and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Until he destroyed you. That's why when we ask you, what is your nationality? You wouldn't say Israelite. Because you don't know that you're the people of the book. You've been cut off from it. He said he would take those yokes of iron off once you're destroyed. It's just like a dog. You put the leash on the dog. The dog is used to this line right here. He says you can't get past it. If you go past that line, that dog's gonna choke, right? So guess what? Now that he's been trained, take that leash off. What's that dog gonna do? He sees that line.
He's gonna say.
He's gonna be like, nope, I'm not going over there. He's been trained. We have been trained. 1863, when Abraham Lincoln took those yokes of iron off our necks, Emancipation Proclamation. Hey, guess what? What did we do? Hey, Massa, I ain't got nowhere to go, Massa. What you mean? Oh, you're free. I guess you're not free. Huh?
And everybody knew that. That was crazy. Oh.
Yeah, because what? The Bible says, until you have been destroyed. Those yokes of iron are not on your necks anymore. It's in your mind.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.